Alrighty then, I'm going to make some goulash from homed canned goods and things in food storage. Because Oily of Oily's Humble Home posted a recipe, and I thought it's been about 1,000,000 years since I made goulash, so I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to use some ground beef, 10 of 2017. In 2013, I have some eye of round roast pieces, and of course they're already processed, they're already cooked, so this will be much easier than browning the ground beef or your beef tips, whatever you use. I'm going to use tomato juice since I have so much of it. This is from 2015. I could write my name in the dust. Oh well. I live at the beach. It's pulverized sand. It's everywhere. Okay, dusting is for sissies, because what's the point? Anywho, I'm going to put corn in mine. I know what you're thinking. Why not carrots? Because I'm not in the mood for carrots. And I love my canned carrots, and I'm not willing to give up a thing for this. And then I'm going to use some paprika, some Italian seasoning, some bay leaves, and I actually put in a tiny amount of soy sauce. I don't know why, but I like it. And onion, and I'm going to use a red pepper that we grew, and then I freeze them. I wrap them in wax paper. Of course, I clean them, we grow them, I clean them, I cut them into strips. This is one red pepper. You could use green pepper, you could use a yellow pepper, but use a pepper, some kind of bell pepper. Okay, let's go for some flavor. So it's going to be easy peasy. All right, and then one of my trusty little macaroni Mylar bags. And we have finally come out of the teens and the 20s and the below freezings. Yes, once again, I now live in South Carolina. I'm going to put up my gloves, my neck scarf, my coat, and my silk long johns. Yes, first I'm going to wash those. And then, so let's do this, okay? Ooh, and my little drunk tripod's in a pretty good mood today, so we'll see how this goes. But I'm actually ordering a non-intoxicated countertop tripod. I know, I'm living dangerous. Woo, parting with $1. I don't like that. I pinch a quarter till it bleeds. So let's do this. Alrighty then, so I know I have a good seal on my beef and my eye of round. Oh yeah, heard it. Now, when you open beef that you've canned or any kind of meat, it absolutely, positively has a smell that you're not going to love. It's also not that attractive. Let's break that seal. And remember, the hamburger is completely cooked. The ground beef, yeah. That's ugly. But a second part of food safety, of course, is making sure you have a good seal, and then also bringing the beef, whatever meat you canned, up to a boiling temperature for 10 minutes. It looks pink, it's cooked. The smell cooks off. So don't be put off if you open a jar of canned meat and think, oh, the smell's terrible. It's just a smell from that process. Once you cook it, it goes back to tasting just like ground beef. There's no aftertaste of that smell or anything. I'm going to drain the liquid off of my eye of round pieces. So same thing with an unceremonious dump of my beef pieces. See? You get it all. So I'm going to get this hot, and then I'm going to do some stuff to it. My little drunk tripod's hanging in here. Doing pretty good. I've also opened a can of diced tomatoes from 2014, and they're gorgeous and red and lovely. So, because I freeze my little bell pepper in strips, I'm just going to use kitchen scissors to sort of dice these up a little bit. And my meat mixture is getting hot. So I'm going to keep doing this exciting action that you don't have to suffer through. So I got my red bell peppers snipped up in there. And you can also do this in a crock pot. It's dead easy. Good and hot. See, and it's already rendering. You may not be able to see that. Some liquid from the beef. 2 types. So unceremoniously, I shall dump that in there. I shall dump our thick tomato juice. And I will be chopping up a little bit of an onion to put in here. Right now it is coffee time. If I ever need to add, say, a liquid to this to loosen it up more, in my case, because I have so much tomato juice, I would add that. If not, I would add some of my own canned beef broth in a pinch. You can certainly add water or vegetable stock. And I love corn. Love it. So this is our goulash getting going, and I'll be adding in my my seasonings. And here you could add peas. I grew up eating it with peas, carrots, and corn. I love my petit pois peas, and I don't easily put them in things. So I'm going to get some little pieces of onion in here. I'll let this cook about 20 minutes after I add my seasonings, and it will be yummy. Oh yeah. Beef goulash from food storage, and this is very rib sticking. I'm going to add some of my dehydrated onions that I like to have on hand, because this is not something where I need to saute onions ahead. And I'm using a spoon to take mine out. I don't want any oils from my fingers. I don't want anything to rehydrate this. I do the same when I use breadcrumbs before loaves of bread get stale. So these are always things I would have on time. If I wanted mushrooms in this, I would use my Thrive mushrooms, which I absolutely love, and I get from the Tiny House Prepper as a distributor. So now I'm going to put a considerable amount of paprika. I sprinkle it in my hand. And this is good Hungarian paprika. And then our own Italian seasoning, and just save your spice jars to put them in after you dehydrate them. And I always pinch them up in my hand. Get this going, and I am going to add some more, in my case, tomato juice, because remember, I'm going to need some liquid to absorb for my when I put the macaroni in here in about 30 minutes. So I'm going to put a little soy sauce and some bay leaves as well. That's my coffee pot. I put my bay leaves in a little old marinated jar, and I couldn't open it. Let me go get the claw. Okay, the claw to the rescue. And these are fabulous bay leaves. And let's get our soy sauce. And that's one of the reasons I'm not adding any salt, is I'll need to taste this. If you don't know how much salt's in, it's pretty much salty soy sauce. So I'll bring you back when it's macaroni time, not to be confused with macarena. I also added in some garlic, and then here is our other juice. This one is from 2016. I've got all years represented from my food storage. Okay, so now see, that looks right. To sit here and stay at a low boil or a high simmer, whatever you want to call it. In my case, I'm on propane, so I'm going to have to put it on a diffuser and let that cook away. Let those, I put it on one of these little plates. Let that cook away. Everybody get all cozy with each other before I come back test my seasonings. Oh, that's hot. I want to burn my mouse fingers. Or catch my pot holder on fire, but you know. Okay, so it's got a good fluidity to it. I don't splash it on my wall. Alright, so I'm going to turn my temperature down. I'm going to cover it. And this is my 37-year-old Magnalite Dutch oven. And for people in Louisiana, Texas, that stuff is forever. That was a wedding gift 37 years ago. That's how long I've been doing time. Good God. Okay, this is wickedly righteous. My onions have refreshed themselves. This is delicious. I did put some sugar in, about half a teaspoon to cut the acidity of my tomato juice. And what I had was 16 ounces in a Mylar bag. So I'm taking a cup of that. Then I'm going to drop another oxy absorber, seal that back, and then label it with 8 ounces. I don't believe I need a full 2 cups, but I'll see after these macaroni come little fatty McNatties and see how it goes. But this flavor is fantastic, and the what was that, round steak is just falling apart. Tender. Has a great flavor. This is delicious. So far so good. So now I'll put the lid back on. I got my 3 bay leaves out. And if I need to add any more liquid, I think I will not add beef broth, but I'll add water. So I'm going to set a timer for about 20 minutes, which is when my little pastas should have puffed up, become fatties, and then I'll decide if I need to add any more macaroni. So anyway, this is good. Yummy. Okay, I flat out rocked this. Rocked it. I am so digging this. So, I did add a half a cup of water. But now I've still got a nice liquid in there. And I am impressed with this. And thank you, Oily's Humble Home, for planting the seed of goulash. Because this is perfection. Okay, people, keep it weird.